to my channel. I'm joking. Y'all already know that's not my real voice. So welcome to Down and Dirty with your girl, Dee Dee. Hello. How y'all doing? Okay, because y'all, it's one of my favorite days of the week. Okay, because it's WWE Wednesdays. Ow, ow, ow. Anyways, okay, so now we're gonna get into it. So today we have a lot to cover. So some stuff I'm gonna skim because we'll be here all night. We don't want to be here all night. So we're gonna talk about Smackdown. I did watch it this week. Okay, I will have y'all know I did watch it this week. Not in completion, but in like 90%. I watched. My phone was being weird. And so was like the apps and stuff. So I kind of gave up at the end. But by that point, I saw what I needed to see for the most part, except for the Wyatt Six coming back, which was great. Because I feel like, I don't know if in one of these videos I said, but I love them. I do wish they would switch to Raw. Because obviously they have like storyline. Well, they don't really have any storylines, but they have like past situations that they've had over on SmackDown. And I know they got moved to SmackDown, but I'm hoping the draft, which they did say, they don't have a date for it, but it said it was going to be either into this month, which is May, or... So I'm going to assume it's probably going to be next month. Probably post Money in the Bank. Yeah, probably post Money in the Bank, I imagine. But I want them to get drafted back to Raw. I don't know. I think that them and the Judgment Day, which, yeah, I know I'm tired of them, but still, you know, I feel like if we're going to keep the Judgment Day, at least we have like... I don't know. There's a bunch of Judgment Day people and there's a bunch of the Wyatt Six. So I just feel like it's a lot more even than it is with them just attacking tag teams and then having like Nikki Cross. And then I get it. That's Candice LeRae Mann and all that. But like, ain't she Nia Jax lackey? Like, what is she doing? I'm confused, but also I don't watch SmackDown like that. So I'm going to start watching though. I'm going to try watching, even though I'm like at work when this is happening. So like, if my managers is watching, I was watching the customers, not the SmackDown. Was it me? Anyways, so I'm glad that they came back. Messed up the tag team match between those other people who I don't know and the Street Profits. The tag team division, I know that it's been heating up on SmackDown, and then it's like they have a lot going on over there, but like Raw, where I've been mainly watching, like they are getting momentum now with like the War Raiders and the New Day and the Creed brothers, which we'll talk about later. But I don't know. I would just like to see the Wyatt Six come over to Raw. Come visit us. There's plenty to do, you know? But I digress. We didn't talk about the fact that Solo did advance to Money in the Bank. Not this past Friday, but the Friday before. Solo just gets on my nerves, so I stopped paying attention. And so I didn't realize that the match that he won was to qualify. So he did qualify, and then LA Knight also qualified on SmackDown. So now we're sitting at those two plus another person we're going to talk about later, but we're going to talk about that after Saturday Night Main Event. So I don't really want to say too much else like significant happened on SmackDown. I mean, Jacob being upset at JC and their tag team match and them not gelling. I feel like there's either one of the two things are going to happen. Either they are going to figure it out and they're going to become the bloodline again, or it's going to be Jacob beating up the whole crew. So Solo and JC, but I feel like he's gonna wait out on Solo because it's Solo, so he's like, bro, I love you, but like you're not it right now. So get out of my face. That's kind of the vibes that I'm getting. So I'm seeing that develop that storyline between them two over time, and especially because like Solo's not dumb, so it's like he knows that him and JC, like Jacob Fatu and JC, have already had beefs outside of the WWE when they were in the Indies. So we'll see how that transpires. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Saturday Night Main Event. Most of my predictions came true. I think all of them except for one. I think maybe it was a one or two. I don't remember. Don't hold me on that. I'm old. We forget things. Us old people. But we did start off with the tag team of Scrappy Doo and Timu CM Punk. Which, if you're new here, that would be Timu CM Punk is Seth Rollins and Scrappy Doo is Braun Breaker. That's their nicknames. That's what we're calling them. When CM Punk called him the Timu version, that was it. That was it. Okay, that was it. All right, and I just made the rest of the names up. So you got Timu Punk and Scrappy Doo versus Sami Zayn and CM Punk. As much as I have been dogging Scrappy Doo, he's one hell of an athlete. Like, what? Strong, fast, powerful. Like, what? Athletic. What? You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Keeps doing some crazy moves. This is one where I thought that like Sammy and CM Punk were gonna win, but Bronson Reed came out and and the beluga whale, Paul Heyman. He interferes as well, stopping Sami Zayn. The match was fine. I don't think I was bored, and I don't think I was like, wow, like what? Insert picture of that dude after Alexa Bliss came out. I was not like that. Okay, I wasn't. But it was still a good match. But honestly, in entirety, Saturday Night Main Event was just, it's a smaller pay-per-view, you know what I mean? So it's like shorter matches, you don't really, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it takes me a minute to really get into a match, and it just wasn't long enough for that. But it was it was good. It was just, go y'all. I knew Bronson Reed was gonna be all teamy buddy with them three because, like I told y'all, they were outnumbered wrestling wise, and they weren't gonna have that. So, case in point, here we are. Now, we're gonna move on to Chelsea versus Zelina Vega for her title. Which title is it? I know. I should know these things because we're talking about it, right? I should know which title she has. She has the United States, or does she have? She has the United States. She has the United States. Lyra has the IC. I don't know. Don't quote me. Either way, they got the mid card titles. So Zelina has hers that she got from Chelsea. I mean, the match was That's literally in my notes. Is the match was Okay. I am gonna have a fit. Okay, I'm gonna have a fit. Insert my fit. Go.
Oh my god! Like, I can't freaking
I'm gonna
even!
have it because here's why. I'm so tired of them forcing things. Forcing things. If we wanted some good, juicy mid card title storyline, that's freaking Chelsea versus Piper whenever they had the title. Chelsea and Selena don't have good chemistry, I don't think. I just don't feel like they have good chemistry in the ring. And Chelsea is a really good wrestler. A lot of people don't know that because of like how her gimmick is, but she's actually a really good wrestler. I want to see her fight. I want to see her really fight and not, be so much on the gimmicky side. But also, I think she needs kind of what Lyra has with Becky. Okay, so I feel like Chelsea maybe needs to have a Charlotte or somebody, you know what I mean? I don't really feel like Alexa. I feel like Zelina and Alexa would be a good matchup. I would pay to see that. Yeah, that's just where I am with that match. I mean, it was over pretty short. Eh, eh. Yeah, we're gonna move on to the next match. But pause because we're getting evolution. Okay, we're getting evolution. For those that don't know what evolution is, I am gonna actually go watch the first evolution, which is an all-female pay-per-view. Okay, because y'all know I was mad on last week when last WWE Wednesday, and when I said that it was giving misogynistic because it was like the second pay per view in a row with like, well, at that point there was no women's match, and then obviously that happened. So like, with just one, when I feel like it's dumb for us, and if we're just gonna have one, make it count. So why are we throwing Chelsea Green and Zelina Vega when we've had a Naomi and Jade for a hot fat minute? When we've had the Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton for a hot fat minute? Why are we not having an Io versus Rhea when we've been having that go on for a fat minute? What are we doing? What are we doing? So I'm excited for Evolution. I'm really excited for Evolution. And this is also why I feel like we haven't been getting as many on the pay-per-view scale because Evolution is happening. Yeah, July. It's happening this summer, so it's happening before SummerSlam. Because we're also getting another pay-per-view, but I feel like that's an NXT pay-per-view because I think it's that versus the AAA, the Worlds Collide thing. But yeah, I'm really excited for Evolution. So maybe that's why I feel like we maybe haven't like had it because they need to build up storylines for Evolution because they've kind of been lacking on that. I feel like SmackDown has a lot more solid women's storylines than Raw, but Raw has a lot of star power over there, over there. Why I say over here like I be on Raw, bro. But if you're loyal to the brand, I guess I'm loyal to Raw. Even though I cheated Friday and watched SmackDown. So I'll try to keep watching SmackDown too. So back onto Saturday Night Main Event, and you got John Cena versus R-Truth. Now, R-Truth coming out is Ron Cena. When I tell y'all I was cackling, okay? I was having a cackle fit. Okay, I was cackling and cutting out here, y'all. Tell y'all what, I was living for it. It was hilarious. Doing literally everything to how he gets into the ring is crazy. R-Truth is one of the funniest wrestlers. Period. Point blank in the end. Period. Just period. Okay, hilarious. I don't really feel like there was much to the match. I mean, obviously, they literally were just doing John Cena's wrestling moves on each other. Obviously, John Cena wins by cheap shot again. we're kind of over it at this point. We know he's gonna cheat to win. So like, can we just skip to the end? Because John Cena would never win these fights normally. Well, maybe against R-Truth. But R-Truth is like old. He's older than John Cena. R-Truth is in his 50s. It's like 53 or 54. And so, yeah. I mean, the match was what it was. I think it's what it was supposed to be. John Cena obviously wins it, but okay. We're going to move on because there's not much I can really say about it. There was no more like, no, there's none of that. It was just a match between two old dudes. And one of them is losing hair every day. He really needs to let it go. Buzz that, buddy. So then we're gonna move on to the next match, which is Drew McIntyre and Damian. This match was really good. I have like fallen off of the cares to give when it comes to Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, but this was a really good match. It was a cage match. Good dominance for both of them. Damian almost escaping on the one and Drew almost winning multiple times. And they said on the commentary, matter of fact, I forgot who that dude was, and I did mean to go back and look, but whoever, I know that guy is important to the WWE, but please leave him off of commentary next time, because poor Michael Cole and Fat McAfee, they just try to do their job, okay? And he was making it really hard. He was making it really hard for them. But I was like, bro, can you shut up, please? Shut up. I am trying to concentrate, but you were distracted. And it's not like we can see him in those moments, but it's just like, shut up, please. But Damian Priest walks out of the steel cage. Okay. Drew McIntyre in there sleeping. Like, just sleep. Okay, sleep. Gone. Dead to the world. Just gone. Yeah. And he just looks back at him. Looks out to the crowd. Psh. Psh. I don't need to finish you off. I can just walk out of here. I did my big one. Okay, you done did your big one. I done did my big one. I'm walking out on you. That was basically saying, you're not even worth me trying to pin you. You're not worth it. I'm just walking out. I'm done. I'm good on this. So I really enjoyed that match. That was probably my that was probably one of my, like, I would, top one or two for sure of the night for Saturday night. Like, yeah, not that there was many matches, but, and like they were like super crazy or anything, but I would say between, it was that one and the last one for me. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. Oh gosh, for the heavyweight title. That was a really good match. I enjoyed it. Like I said, obviously it's Saturday Night Main Event, so like I didn't think the titles would change, and they didn't. Jay did retain. Of course there was interference, but not interference by who I thought was going to interfere. Obviously there was a promo that we didn't talk about, but there was a promo during Saturday Night Main Event, and John Cena was like, or was it Smackdown? Woo! Those days were right consecutive to each other, so I'm not sure which one it was on, but there was a promo and John Cena was like, I'm gonna ruin wrestling. You know what would really ruin wrestling? First of all, get out. I'm tired of it. Anyway, he's like, you know what would really ruin wrestling? And if I got this title and your title and left with both of them, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. If WWE lets that happen, I am throwing a chancla. Okay, throwing chanclas. I'm throwing skillets. Okay. I'm getting a good switch. And Paul Levesque gonna have to take this spanking. Okay. Because no. Don't even let him leave with that one title. He needs to have lost that by then, please. And thank you. Okay? Please. And thank you. But it's a really good match. I just wanted Jay to retain. I think that Jay is really over right now. And I feel like it's main event, Jay Uso. So let him do his big one. I think that the people love him, just kind of how like they love Cody. You know what I mean? It's not like he has to be a supreme technical wrestler, but it's the whole package. When you got the whole package, you know what I mean? Like the whole package is what matters. And especially to the WWE universe. And it's such a fickle thing. Okay, because you could literally be loved 1 minute and the next minute you're getting released. Braun Strowman. Everybody always cheers. He always gets a good pop, but then he was gone. Now, obviously, we don't know what that was for, really. If that was like because of his leg, but either way, it's a fickle universe. They booed Dominic Mysterio coming in to WrestleMania and then was cheering him literally halfway through the match and just switched up. Like, I don't think I've ever seen it that like go like that before. Like that quick, and then that, what happened? I blinked. What? Whoa. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. So Jey Uso and Logan Paul. Logan Paul's a really great wrestler. I know that people hate that. They hate it. They hate it for him, but I love it for him. Okay, I do. I'm a fan. No. Do I want him to win against Jey Uso? No. Would I like to see a Logan Paul, Seth Rollins run? Yeah, I would like to see that. Because obviously we're gonna have to have Gunther and Jey Uso. They had a little talking on Raw. But I don't know. I'm glad that Logan didn't win that one. Obviously, it's Saturday main event. There's not enough eyes for a title change. Raw has more eyes on it than the Saturday night main event. I'm just saying, to me, in my opinion, that's what it gets, right? For the most part. So, yeah, I don't know, but John Cena coming out and interfering was wild. But after that promo and him was like, oh yeah, that's how I'm gonna run wrestling, I'm gonna take yours too. Wouldn't it be so embarrassing if you lost to a YouTuber? Well, now you're partnered with that YouTuber, because Cody Rhodes came out and he was like, I'm riding with my brother, heavyweight champion. You now got that guy, Logan Paul. We'll see y'all in Money in the Bank. So we're going to get a tag team match between them two. Obviously, we're not going to have a title match because Gunther and Jey Uso will have the title match on Raw following Money in the Bank. So we're excited about that. I think that tag team will be good. I'm glad Cody's back. Cody Rhodes is back. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Cody, we missed you. So I'm really excited he's back. I wonder what they're going to do with him going forward. If he's going to end up in a Money in the Bank qualifying match, because there has to be there's 2 more. No, 1 more. But no, I'm lying to y'all. I'm lying to you. I can't believe I just lied to y'all like that. Go ahead. Hit me on the hand. Bad me. Ooh. Dang. And I got that Ultra HD. Jesus, y'all gonna see how ashy my hand is. I'm sorry. We're gonna try to hide it. Hey, y'all. Lord, even that side look ashy. It's okay. I just washed my hands. Did y'all? Anyways, I think we'll just have one more from Raw, I think is what I meant to say. We'll have one more qualifying match from Raw. Yeah, because the next one's going to come from SmackDown, which will be 3 from SmackDown, 3 from Raw. And we have our 2 from Raw for the men's. So we're going to see. But I really would like to see Logan Paul in Money in the Bank. I would like to see him win Money in the Bank because I just feel like that that just goes with his gimmick and his like shtick so well. Like he needs Money in the Bank. I don't think that Seth Rollins needs Money in the Bank. He's going to continue to get his like title matches just because he's in this new little faction. So I can't believe I just called him by his real name too, or his wrestling name. Anyways, so we'll see who else is going to have another match. I don't like to look ahead because I know they do tell you sometimes like, okay, this is what the matches we're going to have next week on Raw, but I like to be surprised. Okay. I do like to be surprised. So, and we're going to talk about Raw. So on Raw, we start off with Timu Punk just talking and talking some more, and talking a little bit more. And Paul Heyman trying to pull OTC on us, bro. Don't play with us. Don't play. And that's what the crowd said. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. We can sing his song, but we're not acknowledging you, dude. It's not gonna happen. I'm so sorry. Try again next week. Or like next millennia. Or matter of fact, don't try again at all. We're not even gonna talk about that. It was too long-winded, and I don't remember most of it. And I watched it today. And I didn't watch it in real time. I was 20 minutes afterwards. But still, 20 minutes in, you're still yapping. It's crazy. It's crazy. Please stop. These very long-winded, that's literally half the show is you yapping away. I'm tired. Let's just get down to the action. Okay. So we have Penta versus Chad Gable / Americano, Grande Americano. He just wasn't in mass today. Let's be real. We know it's him. And Dragon Lee. I would love to see a Penta versus Dragon Lee match. Like, obviously, they gonna have beef. They both have beef with Chad Gable, so there was like a team up against them at him in the beginning, and then everybody kind of just dispersed and did their own thing. But I would really like to see Dragon Lee and Penta. I think that would be a really good match. I think they would give me the wow face. Okay, that would be that kind of a reaction, I feel. So I would like to see that. Maybe we'll get to see something. I need to see some lucha happening at SummerSlam. We got 2 nights. Y'all got plenty of time. There's plenty of time, space, and opportunity time. Okay? I need to see some lucha happening. Okay? Some lucha living. All right? I want it. I need it. We all do, because they wow me in the ring. Okay? They wow me in the ring. There's probably people that wow me outside of the ring, but there are people that wow me in the ring, and I'm so fascinated by it. So, it was a really good match, though. Chad goes off to hit Vinchingo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I think so. I think so. But he's part of Triple A, so. Well, that backfires because Jingo comes back and thwarts Chad Gable, and then leaves him bloody, and then he takes the God, it wasn't the Mexican Destroyer. What was it? He took the other one. it's too many moves to be remembering, y'all, and there's a lot of wrestlers and a lot of stuff going on. So, but Penta ends up winning to qualify for Money in the Bank. And here's a little blood. I was like, "Ooh, he got him good, yeah." But I'm not actually sure which one actually got him good. If I'm being honest, it was just all of a sudden he was bleeding in the head. I was like, "Got him, finally." And please explain to me how he's got on longer breeches and pantaloons than half of the men's roster, but his man cheeks still be coming out of them things. Put it back in. You ever just really just like not like somebody and then like anything they do is just like. Yeah, that's Jack Gable for me. The name, the face, that's why he looks like a peanut person from the Proud Family. Okay. One of them peanut military men. That's what he looked like. Okay. All right. And I'm over him. Okay. Can we have a likable Olympian? Can we please? I'm tired of disliking them. Okay. I'm just tired of it. And Chad Gable's never going to be for me. It's not going to be that. Mm-mm. Okay. And it's distracting. And he's just, moving on. What is that saying, y'all? Be careful how you get them, because that's how you lose them. Miss Livy girl. Okay. Roxanne's feed your man chicken nuggets. Carlito's crazy. You gotta stop trying to eat her chicken nugget. He's wild. He's funny too. It's like low-key funny. But Miss Liv girl, she out for your mans. Okay, girl, you better go get him. Okay, cause he had his hand up in her chicken nugget box. Okay, she's in there like no. Okay, so he finna no on her girl. Liv walks in when he got his hand in her chicken nugget bowl. Okay. And she's like, excuse me? Hello? Or I think she said konnichiwa. But still, hello? She was not happy. She was not happy at all. But she went to go get into a qualifier match for Money in the Bank. Okay. Please don't. This is literally going to be basically Elimination Chamber all over again. And I just don't care to see the same people go to do that each time. You know what I mean? There's other people who are good at both, and you know what I mean? They could be in that position. But I don't know. I guess it's probably going to be Liv. I don't know who she's going to go against. But it's probably going to be... Now, it would be funny if they made Liv and Raquel in the same match with Roxanne already went through, but it would like, you know what I mean? If it was Roxanne or something like that. But I don't know who they're going to have her be in the triple threat with, because this will be the last one for Raw for the women. I imagine it'll happen next week. So I guess we'll see then. I don't know, y'all, though. I don't know, because during because Kyrie is saying and Liv had a little, and EO and Raquel, they all had like a little promo, a little mini thing, a little small thing. And Liv's doing what she does best, talking trash. Okay. Talking out the side of her neck. And she gets herself in all kinds of trouble. Okay. You would think she would get tired of it, but she don't. She's number one troll. Okay. She is. But you kind of gotta love it, you know? I don't dislike Liv because she's a bad wrestler, or her gimmick's not gimmick giving, or she's not good at promos or whatever. It's literally because in the fight versus Mommy, I chose the side. Period. I chose the side. Okay, and I stand by it to this day. Standing on business. Okay, just like Rhea did. But anywho, during the fight though, Roxanne comes out, pushes Kyrie, and then Roxanne and Raquel start arguing, distract Liv, and then allows Kyrie Sane to take the dub. And then Liv was like, Raquel, you were the veteran. You knew better. I know you lying. Not in front of the supposed man. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. So mark my words, that whole situation is gonna implode. I'm just waiting on the win and the extra catalyst, because Finn adding in Roxanne is already one catalyst, okay? And they've already had 700 catalysts before this. So at this point, this is like who's gonna burn the fastest, and who's gonna burn the fastest and blow up? Who's it gonna be? You know what I mean? And then you had we're gonna talk about the next match, which was like Tozawa versus Rusev, which was like 2 seconds long. And then Rusev was like, had him in that chokehold, and then Sheamus came out and Rusev let him go, but he was like, "Ooh, shit," So I think we're gonna get a Sheamus and Rusev. I was gonna call him Rusev situation eventually. Probably coming up soon, I imagine. Maybe we might get something at Money in the Bank. No, I don't think Money in the Bank is too soon. Well, it's WWE. A lot can happen. But I think we'll get like a Sheamus and Rusev. And I think they're trying to get Sheamus back in to like fighting regularly and being seen. I also think that's kind of the same with R-Truth, maybe. In The Miz, you have these guys that have been around since 1943. And we don't see them, and so they don't really wrestle. They be on the movies and the commercials, but you don't really see them like fighting. Probably maybe in the live shows and stuff they do more so stuff, but or the house shows. But I don't know. So it's very quick, very much over. We also have a tag team match, which was a triple threat tag team versus with the New Day versus War Raiders and the Creed Brothers. Now, obviously, in the beginning, the Creed Brothers and the New Day were teaming up against War Raiders, because honestly, I feel like the War Raiders, like, they're really good. I really like the War Raiders, but I think they're really good. I think that they have a good dynamic, a good team, and I think that it's the New Day in this situation is helping them. The Creed Brothers, they're not bad. I just don't care for the gimmicks. I don't know if they have a good mic. Right now, you're just muscle. Which is why I also don't kind of like that they did that with Scrappy Doo, is because now, and then they even said that he's the muscle. They literally called you a dog, like a guard dog. Excuse me, you were icy, Jimmy. Now you're just the hired gun. You got demoted, and they playing in your face, and you're enjoying it. That's weird, bro. But New Day does end up retaining. It was a good match. I ain't even gonna lie though. It was a good match. I love watching the War Raiders go. Okay. Ivar has got my vote. He's always got my vote. But you just have to put respect on the New Day's name, and especially Xavier Woods. And I don't think that many people just really realize like how good of a wrestler he is. And I wonder if they'll ever get their like real true singles runs. Like they've had singles, but like I don't know if they're ever gonna get the true full single run spiel deal. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna happen. It's a little bit different with the Usos. The Usos got to be able to do that through the bloodline. Do I think they would eventually got there? Yeah, but I think it would have took longer than it, with the bloodline, because it wasn't just about the tag teams anymore. It was about the whole bloodline, the whole unit, right? And so I think that they would need something of the same caliber in order to do a really good, solid solo run like Jey Uso has been able to do outside of the tag team. So we'll see if that ever comes to fruition. Next week, I'll be excited because I will literally be talking about my predictions on Money in the Bank, because all of the matches would be almost set, I would feel. Or I think all of them would be set. At least like not all of them, but I guess at least the ladder matches for money, like the contracts. I think those will be set. But I do think that we're gonna get, because we're gonna have Lyra versus Becky at Money in the Bank. So I think we're gonna have one more match, I imagine, at least, on top of the 2 ladder matches. I think this will be a longer pay-per-view. Which I'm excited for, because I feel like everything's been like so fast and so like been good, but it hasn't been like that kind of moment, like Elimination Chamber. And even the Royal Rumble, like I did not see Jey Uso winning. No, y'all didn't either. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Y'all didn't see it coming either. Okay? Y'all didn't see it. Elimination Chamber didn't see half of that. Okay, Elimination Chamber was wild. Oh God, that was crazy. So I think that Money in the Bank might be our us going back up. Okay, because we did hit a little down period after all of the Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble. WrestleMania was okay, it wasn't like wow. So I think we're getting out of that patches. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for Friday's Night Smackdown. I'm excited for Monday Night Raw. Okay, I'm excited for everything. I'm excited for Money in the Bank. I am really excited to see the match after Money in the Bank, though, with Jay and Gunther. I want to see what they do with it this time, because I don't think that. Obviously, Jay was like, I want to make you tap again, but I don't know if they'll go through the same thing or if they'll let Jay keep it, because Gunther said it best, and I said it too. He's got a lot going on. Like, it's a lot going on with Jay, so it's like, even if he doesn't have the title, it's still gonna be that guy. So we're excited. But that's all we have to talk about for WWE Wednesdays. Ha! So I will see you guys next week. Same day. Might be a different time. Y'all know how we be. Life be lifing, okay? We all got jobs out here. Well, we don't all have jobs, but a lot of us do. So if you one of them, you feel me, I feel you. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for supporting me week and every new visitor, subscriber, returning viewer, all of y'all. Okay, everybody in between, everybody outside. If you only watch 20 seconds, okay, I still appreciate you. Now try to watch 20 minutes next time, but I'll take what I can get, and what I got is the support from you guys. So I appreciate it so much. Thank y'all. Anyways, thank you very much. I'm gonna see y'all next week on WWE Wednesdays. Okay, so wait, pause. Don't hit pause, but just pause because you need to hit that subscribe button. Okay, you need to hit that like button. Okay, and then you need to hit me with a comment. You can just say hi. You can put in your predictions, your views. Okay, your anything. You can tell me I like that you got pops in the background. Or tell me if you see the little Dobby, okay? And if where he is, okay? Because there's a little Dobby around here and he's watching over. So whatever you want to do that, okay? Because I appreciate it. It helps out so much. Thank you guys. I will see y'all next week. Bye.